Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Seki. Now this week I'm back to answer more of your questions, and I've got another 2 questions. Now this week's question is from, I got a question from Daniel, and he asks, how do I revise a lot of information efficiently in a short space of time? Now, if you ever find yourself having to learn a lot of content in a short space of time, this is my advice. Listen, every week I'm giving you advice of what I would do, but you might find that that's not what's best for you. And for me, I've been in that situation where I had to learn a lot of content and I crammed and I read things. But some of you might notice that if you try to do it that way, you're not really learning anything. Your brain tends to just shut down and refuse to take in any more information. So this is what I would advise you to do, Daniel. When you want to revise a lot of information, break it down into small chunks. At the end of my degree, when I was revising, I worked out this quick technique to learn a lot of information in a short space of time. And what I did was, I used to read information for about half an hour, and then I would go away for 10 minutes and do something else, something completely different from studying. So I would give my brain a short space of 10 minutes to recover. I would come back and then I would make notes on what I revised, and then I would move on. That's what I did, and then I kept repeating that cycle. I revised half an hour, so whatever, sometimes I read 2 pages or whatever topic, go away, come back, make notes on it, and then I'll move on to another 2 pages. Whatever you want to study, you can't just sit there and just read it over and over, because if you just sit there and just read it, not all the information is going in. So for me, I found that it's easier to read it, make notes on it, and then move on. This is why this is important, because when you read it, your brain will register it. When you make notes on it, you will be able to remember what you made notes on. And then when you move on, you've got a physical reminder of what you studied. So when you come back to read the information again in future, you don't have to read the textbook. All you have to do is read the notes you made. And for me, that's what I would recommend to you to do. Just make notes on whatever you're reading, so that when you come back to revise it before the exam, you don't have to read the textbook. The only things that you need to revise is your own notes, because it's in your own handwriting, it's in your own words, so you'll be able to remember it better for the exam. The next question this week, question two, hang on, is from Matthew, and he says, how do I cope with stress? Oh my God, I remember. Now listen, I know that every week you're going through stress. Some of you are doing your GCSEs and everyone is telling you what a big deal that is. Some of you are doing your A-levels and you're thinking about university and higher education. Some of you are in the workplace and you've got so many targets to meet, and that stress is just holding you back. Listen, learning how to cope with stress will change your life, because in every aspect of life that you move into, stress is always going to be there. I wish it wasn't that way, but in anything you do in life, it will come with a certain amount of stress, and you learning how to cope with it will really put you in a different position to compare to other people. And for me, I found that growing up, I watched people coping with stress by using drugs, alcohol, and engaging in negative behavior. And I've told myself, you know what? That's not for me. I have to find a better way to manage my stress that doesn't inflict toxic behavior on my health, on my personality. So the thing that I found to help with stress is the gym. When I was a bit younger, during my GCSEs, me and my friends joined the gym, and we used to go to the gym every day after school. We went to the gym and would work out, and what I found was after gym, my mind was always clear. Exercise helped me to clear my mind of all the stress, so that when I went back home to study, I was always refreshed and I was always feeling lighter. And another thing I do for myself to de-stress is I love movies. Anyone that knows me will tell you I love films. I love funny films. I love exciting films. I love action. You know what? Any kind of film, I watch it. And when I watch a movie, it allows me to be free, to my mind to just wander into different places. And after that movie, I find that my stress levels goes down. So if you ever find yourself stressed, find something that you enjoy doing and do it for about an hour or so every single day. Whenever you get overwhelmed, time with friends, time with family, the gym, movies, find positive things that you can do to help your mental health, and you'll find that the stress levels will come down every time. That's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for coming back again. I'll be back next week for another 2 questions. And before you leave, don't forget to subscribe, because I'm bringing you new content as often as you need it. Have a good week, and I'll see you next week.